loving friends, it has been, well, normally I would say a week, but it's actually been a fucking month. I know, if you've been counting time, who counts time? Anyways, I'm back, like herpes. I went into remission, but now there is a violent flare-up, so enjoy. Anyways, we're back. We're going to talk about the new makeup releases. I have the fabulous, wonderful, glorious Tia and the wonderful Nissa, who is, let's face it, conforming to peer pressure and going for a glasses look now. It's a thing.
I keep them on.
Yeah. She's like, no, I feel bullied now. But you know the drill. I'm going to keep all of their socials down below so you can go find them. They have their own Patrons. It's a thing. They're great. I'm fond of them. Anyways, we did kind of miss a few things while we were gone, and you did have thoughts about them. So while we were gone, which is the sequel to the movie While You Were Sleeping, but a little bit less. Anyways, although we're talking about the good, the bad, or the questionable in terms of makeup releases, so let's talk about the stuff that you actually liked. The Clarity Cosmetics blushes, 81% of you loved that, and 52% of you loved the Suva Opaques. So that was a loved thing. But that's it. That's all you actually liked. Because then when we got on to the more 50-50 things, we had some Colourpop, some CXC. The Natasha Denona did not do that well. Then we had Cosette Beauty, we had Pat McGrath, we had Maybelline, Adept Cosmetics, there was Give Me Glow Cosmetics, the Huda little blush sticky thingies, Official Spellbound Beauty, made by Mitchell, really doing well there with a 30% love it. Marbled Mayhem from Givenchy with a 27% love it. And Pat McGrath really trying to milk that cash cow of Bridgerton once and for all with another Bridgerton collection. 23% of you loved it. We talked about K-Skin coming out. Oh, and I Heart Revolution doing a Dr. Zeus collection. Thank God I didn't have to talk about that. 16% of you loved it. NARS really revolutionised things again with another fucking orgasm collection. That's right, there was a lot of orgasm and Laguna Beach bullshit in there. And then we had Catkin Cosmetics with a palette that stresses me out. And Morphe went, fuck it, it's St. Patrick's Day. What do the Irish love? Lucky Charms. Then we had possibly the most weirdly shaped palette that came out so far this year. This was Ruby May Cosmetics in a collaboration with Fabiance. That was not well received. Let us move on with our lives. I Heart Revolution then gave us the cheese collection. I fucking love cheese. I fucking hate this. Then R.E.M. Beauty of, Ariana Grande and Forma, aka the guys who own Morphe, came out with this fucking Claire's Accessories monstrosity. 7% of you love it. But the thing that really got under your skin was this Ciate and the Smiley collection, which made no fucking sense. There was no yellow. It hurt my eyes. It hurt my head. Everything was terrible. And 6% of you loved it. That was the shit that you missed while I was gone. Let's face it, it would have been boring episodes. Just as well I took a 1 month hiatus. We'd have had nothing decent to talk about. But despite me being on a hiatus, you guys were fantastic and still tagged me in shit, which I very much appreciate. So, a big thank you to Brianna, Ali, Beth, Shahina, Gillian, Lisa G, Gina, Sue, Cecily, Nissa, Tia, Franca, Callie, Shanna, Daniela, JW, Tina, Chrissy, Sylvia, Inez, Ella, Amy, April, Claire, Ula, Kirsten, Heidi, Ilya, Cheryl, Heather, Anna C, Missy, Haley, Miss Charlie, Susie, Mary D, Katie, Brogan, Natalia, Amina, Emily, Kelly, Jade S, Manuela T, Gaia, Birgitta, Kerry, Wilma Fingerdew, Lisa H, Paula, and Yasmin. Massive thank you, guys.
Wow.
I very much appreciated. And I'm sure a lot of you were following my socials, and if you weren't, terrible, because you got to see the little sneak peeks of shit. And as always, massive thank you to my Patreons for just being a pretty nice bunch of peeps. Just because I was on a hiatus for the month doesn't mean that I'm not going to say a big belated happy birthday to Victoria, Gaia, Miranda, Franca, Kylie, Angela, Annie and Laurie. A very, very, very late happy birthday, but a happy birthday nonetheless. But we do have some birthdays coming up this week, and my, what a week it is. A very happy birthday to Lucy, Elena and Wilma.
Happy birthday.
Very, very happy birthday. I feel like next week's theme should be like drag or something in honor of both Elena and Wilma.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm going to fucking struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I mean, you won't, but I will.
I mean, I will struggle. Let's be real. And the theme this week, because there is a theme, we're back to all of that nonsense. The theme is the bitch is back. The bitch being me, because Anyways, we all did our own thing. Patreons did their own thing. You're going to see the pictures now along with their socials. Go have a little go. Well, let's get into it. And can I just say, the fact that the theme is the bitch is back is quite fitting for the very first thing that we're talking about. This is Jeffree Star Cosmetics and Beauty Killer 2. I don't remember Beauty Killer 1 being like that amazing that people were like super excited about it. But this has happened. And can I also say, about 3 days after it went on sale, it went on sale. So yeah, so all I'm saying is it's not going so well for Jefferson Starship. Basically, there's this Beauty Killer 2 eyeshadow palette for $45. Let's face it, it looks an awful lot like that big conspiracy palette he did with Shane Dawson. Also, not a fantastic person, doesn't it? Then the Ice Crusher Skin Frost palette thing is $40. Again, very reminiscent of an awful lot of stuff that he has. There's a mirror, which is in the shape of like a cleaver, and a cleaver necklace, because, why not? Anyways, that's out now, if you care. I'm looking forward to like some cheaper brands knocking them off.
The mirror is a cool shape.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big horror movie fan.
Yeah.
But the palette is one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, for me, I think if it was a 6-pan with like those blue purples and that like bam through screen, it would be okay. But I wouldn't know what to do with that. Don't have any blending shades. Like
shit,
everything is different to each other. Like, what are you gonna do with that?
You,
like,
Teresa.
It's just bad. I will say though, I do appreciate the fact that ever since I made the conscious decision of I'm not fucking buying from him anymore, everything has gotten really boring and shit and uninteresting.
Yeah, I feel like he's losing his touch now. Like, what do you guys remember when we all were so hyped of a new Jeffree Star collection? And now it's like, just like...
We'd all be in a fever in the groups about how excited we were.
Yeah.
We used to have like watch parties where we'd watch it together on Zoom.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm like, this is how the mighty have fallen, although I feel reluctant to call them mighty, but this is shite. This is uninteresting. And you know what? Even if a cheaper brand came out and duped this, I wouldn't even bother buying the dupe because I don't find it interesting. Meh.
And like,
don't care.
Do people like that highlighter formula? Because I had a couple of them. They were so bad. Like, they were hard pan the minute you got them out. It's just, it wasn't a good formula. It was really like thick and like ugh. So I don't know why he's doing a palette with that formula.
I mean, he just needs to just stop, really, at this point. Just go.
I don't hate the necklace though. I think the necklace kind of cute, but I wouldn't buy it.
Do you know what? I'm gonna look on Shein and see if I can find something similar.
I was gonna say.
I'm not buying a necklace from a makeup brand.
No.
Ever.
Weirdly, no. But like, I also feel like he's probably made it out of the cheapest possible materials and has like a big markup of $25. So like, Anyways, when I put it to you guys, can I also say, fucking Instagram have changed their polling system and it annoys me. I don't like the way it looks. It's hurt my brain, but I don't do well with change. Anyways, when I put it to you guys, 13% of you love it, and I did get a couple of frenzied, oh no, I hit the wrong one, which, fair. Fair. Now for a nice palette cleanser. This is Menagerie Cosmetics, and their sugar high palette for $45. There's 3 Ulti-Chromes, which I think is like a ridiculous name, Ultimate Multi-Chromes, but then I start thinking about it too much. Like, then it just sounds like Ultimate Chromes. Yeah, Ulti. Like, no, it's like that scene in like Mean Girls, like stop trying to make fetch happen. Don't.
It's like Blursh. Just say it.
Yeah. Teresa's reaction.
She's so offended.
I am. Genuinely, I can't deal with that nonsense. I'm like, just the words are hard enough for me as it is. Stop fucking around with them. Stop messing with them. Right? It hurts my brain. Anyways, they have that. They have 3 liquid lipsticks, which can I just say, very interesting shades. Very, very interesting. Particularly kiwi. Look, you know I'm looking at that. I have problems. And the Best Buds Glow Blush looks so cute. And there's also like some bath whips. So sure. I'm gonna say I think this is a gorgeous collection.
Oh, look at that color, Num Num and Sugary Sweet. Those two are like, and falling with style. That like tealy. I love this. This is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I could make a necessary standalone look with this palette, but this would be a beautiful, like a companion palette.
Yeah.
With others.
I
mean, you're probably good, but like I like to have more depth and like with the mattes.
This would definitely be a palette that I take out at like 2 in the morning when I can't sleep and just start to feverishly swatch and go, I love you, my pretties. I love you so much. Like normal people do.
The liquid lipsticks look really nice.
They do, yeah.
Yeah. And those would probably be nice as like liners too.
Yeah, I will say though, my one qualm about it is the fact that it's Menagerie Cosmetics, because I tried to get the Annette's Makeup Corner palette, and I ordered it, and then they were like, no, we're not shipping internationally, and I was like, wait, what? And then they were like, hey, if you did order internationally and you paid for it, guess what? You know, we will make it so that you can get your order later. And I was like, okay, I'll deal with that nonsense. And then they were like, we shipped it, and then it never arrived. And I was like, can you just send me another one, please? And they were like, no, it was limited edition. We have no more. And I was like, but it's lost. Like,
did you get your money back?
I did, yeah. But their customer service was very, very poor, and their stuff is just never in stock. Like,
I feel like they are too like. They're too popular demand, like more than they can deliver.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they need to hire some help or launch things when she actually has a bunch of it in stock.
100%. Like, I get the whole, like, you know, you want your brand to seem a little bit unattainable. A little bit unattainable. But not to the point of, like, I'm very interested in a particular palette, but unless I, like, fucking do, I don't know, whatever, I'm not going to be able to get it. Like, a specific date, a specific time, every other day and time of the year, I can't get it. And I'm like, no.
And I hate pre-orders. I hate pre-orders when you have to wait like 3 months for it to ship. I'm like, no, I'm just wait. I can't. It's a baby.
It's like, yes.
I'm just a baby.
Yeah. I love it.
We all got distracted by the cat.
Yeah.
Baby.
Which, you know, we need that. I think this is very pretty. I mean, like Tia was saying, the shade Nom Nom. Me.
If this was easier to access, like without all the hassle, I would order this. But I don't have the patience for all the leaps and bounds I would have to do for it.
2022 has been difficult enough. I don't need this nonsense, really. Love it, but I'm not willing to like go through like a psychological marathon to get it. Just it ain't for me. I'm tired. When I put it to you guys, my lord, was this popular. 80% of you love it, and I have to say, I agree. I do agree. This next one, I do think it's quite funny that Norvina is just like, fuck it, I am not naming my palettes. I'm just gonna say that they are numbers. And this is the Pro Pigment palette, volume 6. It is available now, €67. You know the drill, it's £25. I will say there's some colours in there that remind me an awful lot of the volume 2. Not a direct dupe, but like there's some correspondence. Now, Missa has, by the way, put out a video on this and has done a gorgeous. So
you need to show it, like showcase it.
Yeah. Here's pictures, stuff, video. Woo, yeah. Look, I'm afraid to look at it. It's only just come out, but I fear watching Mrs. videos because I like go into something going, I don't want this, and then I watch her fucking videos and then I'm filled with want.
I want this now.
It's very upsetting.
It's really expensive, but I want it. Like
it's excellent quality.
Yeah. It has a black. Does it have a white?
Yes, and it's a very good white.
Okay, black and a white. That's a plus. I actually think those pressed glitters look nice. I don't have anything against any kind of glitters, to be honest. But I feel like I think it's the nicest one so far out of these Pro Pigment palettes. I feel like it's the most versatile. I feel like you could do a bunch of looks with it. And I like the package, and I think it's super cute.
Yeah. I have all the other 5. I just don't have this one. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel with stuff. So
complete the collection.
I'm trying not to be completionist.
Complete the collection.
All I'll say is, as you well know, my parents have views that I do not share. And I think Norvina is probably the same as her as that.
I think it's just more like the fact that Anastasia is getting a cut of it because it's a sub company. I'm just kind of like a little bit. We'll see. But that's just my own issues. Don't let that sway you one way or another. It's makeup. It's not that fucking deep, you know? It all washes off in the end. It was very much like a 50-50 thing, though, when it came to you guys. 48% of you loved it. And I do think, recent stuff kind of has tipped people.
Yeah.
And a few people were saying there were parts of this that reminded them a little bit of Blend Bunny Surge.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I first saw it. I was like, this reminds of like Blend Bunny Surge. But when I look at them side by side, I think there's similarities, but they're not like dupes.
Oh, they're not. No.
They're not dupes, but if you have Blend Bunny, Blend and Surge, you don't need to buy this.
I do have Blend Bunny Surge and Blend.
Exactly. So you don't need this.
I am getting better at not purchasing everything. So I will get there. Anyways, speaking of something that I'm definitely not going to be purchasing, this is Dominique Cosmetics and the It's Your Moment palette. Is it? Because this moment feels like it's from about 2012, It's a warm neutral with a pop of blue. Now, I have been told, apparently, that, like, the swatches, etc. are gorgeous. Like, people have seen, like, reviews, etc. of it. And I'm like, do you know what? I'm sure it is. I'm sure it performs beautifully. I will, however, say I have tried like some stuff from Dominique Cosmetics and I wasn't really blown away by it.
I think I have one palette from Dominique, and it's just it's nothing to write home about. It's not like bad or anything.
Yeah.
But it's not like crazy good either.
Yeah.
Also, like they say, the stepping out shade is army green. To me, that looks like a taupey, like a brown.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, how is that army green in your dreams?
Unless they've like really fucked up the lighting. I don't know.
It does happen in pictures.
Yeah, it does. But judging by here, it looks like a brown. But
it's not interesting.
Yeah, I feel like it's very light also. Like it's lacking. I hate when brands do that the darkest shades are shimmers. I don't understand it. Why? it's yeah, it's like I want the darker shades to be matte so I can have the deepness in the looks. I don't do nothing with those dark shimmers. Like, yeah, they are cool with the smoky eye or something, but no, I just, I don't know. I don't like it.
No. I'm kind of in a similar boat. I just don't find this interesting, and I just feel like it's almost like a remnant of the past somehow. Yeah, not for me. And when I put it to you guys, 23% of you love it. So fair. Now we're on to Melt. Melt have basically said, hey, we're coming out with a Gemini 2, which kind of makes sense because Gemini twins, that sort of thing. I will say though, I think Gemini 1 looks so much more interesting than the Gemini 2. They're also coming out with like these gel liner things, which, let's be real, they're always lovely. Like, I really enjoy those. I do think they're quite similar to the ones that came from like the Muerte collection. So
maybe that's why they did those, because they were so popular. So they brought them back on a different collection. I mean, I like the Gemini one. I think I've been wanting it for ages and ages. Look who's there. Look who's there.
Cat appearances.
Just like sitting.
So formal.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about my business proposal.
Hello. But I do feel like the Gemini one is way more interesting, and I want it at some point. It's just so expensive.
Yeah.
So expensive.
I don't know, like, Emily, shut your ears. I think that Melt is, don't come for me, a little bit overhyped.
But you love Melt.
I do, but like, I just don't think, this is me being very critical, I don't think that the price tag is warranted given the quality. I think there are a lot better brands out there that are cheaper.
Yeah. I feel like they can come out with such a cool stuff and interesting like palettes and liners and cool stuff, but like what I tried, which is just the one palette that I tried at Teresa's, I was kind of disappointed, to be honest. But
like, I love their aesthetic. I love their aesthetic. I love their ideas, and I love kind of the way that they do things. And it's like 95% in the way there, but then like the actual shit that's actually important, i.e. the formula, how does it perform, is not as good as some other brands that are either comparable in price or cheaper.
I still want that Gemini.
The controversial opinion right there. Carrie will be upset.
She will, yeah.
Emily and Carrie will be so upset.
All right, nobody knows my new address, so I'm fairly safe. I can't be found.
I hope they sent these to you, Missy, so you can.
They have done. I've got the email.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know.
I will say I'm delighted.
We're so excited about it. Still, we are like, it's not probably worth it, and then we're like, oh, I'm so excited to get.
Like me, like, I'm not shitting on Melt because I wouldn't actually like get rid of anything that I have, but I'm just like,
it could be better.
It could be better, you know. Just constructive criticism. I want to see the brand do well, and I'm like, I believe in you. I know you can do it.
I mean, Beauty Bay's new palette, they're 10 out of 10, and they're 20 quid.
That's kind of what I'm saying.
I see your point. I see your point.
Like, that's literally like what I'm saying. Like, and I've also like, say for instance, like the e.l.f. mini palettes, like €3 each, and they're fucking excellent quality. And I do think, even there might be a smidge. Shush, Carrie, don't. No. Stop yelling at me. I do think they might be like, it just in terms of like price versus quality, a little bit better. Shush.
Lost 2 subscribers in the past minute.
You don't like me. I need your approval.
But how beautiful is that mustard and green liner, though?
Yeah.
Oh,
and I think
I don't care about the third one, but those two are like,
Yeah. And I think they were very similar to what was in the Muerta collection. So I think they are so smart bringing those back in. Like,
yeah.
I am not against that. I think that's clever. You know? When I got it to you guys, though, 42% of you love it. So
I'm surprised it's actually that low.
I'm not.
Because usually melt collections go a bit higher, I feel like.
Yeah. I just think it's not as inspiring, and I think their last couple of palettes haven't quite hit the mark. Like the Mariposa was like, you know, okay, but not as good as some of their previous ones. Anyways, let's talk about some things that are, well, let's just talk about them. This is Beauty Bay. No, wait. Colourpop. No. Morphe. No. JK. It's Be Perfect, who are very late to the party. This is their Compass of Creativity collection. They're $16.96 each. You can bundle the whole collection together. You know the drill. 8 mattes and 1 shimmer in each palette. They must be fucking furious that Beauty Bay got to it before they did. Like, Brendan must have just been sitting there kind of going, you bested me this time, Beauty Bay! Fuck you!
I almost feel bad for them because these are so redundant.
Yeah.
All of them.
Like, they have some beautiful shades in them, but I'm just not excited about it because there's been so many the same. Like, every single brand is coming out with these monochromatic palettes, and it's just like, it's not exciting anymore.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like a lot of those, like at least the pink and the purpley blue one, lacks a bit of deepness in them. Like, don't you think it's there, like, kind of medium? Not too light, not too good.
I think with most of these palettes, either they don't go light enough or they don't go deep enough. Like, it's all kind of like very mid-range. That I'm like, okay, where are my blendy shades? And where are my smoky outy shades? That's right. Technical terms, lads. Did you miss them? I bet you did. Can I be a dick? Because like I said, the bitch is back. The green palette, I have seen stuff like this on, you know, the likes of like You Can Be, Shein, you know, like that exact sort of color story, and I'm like, this just isn't new. Like, I feel bad for them in a way, like it's an Irish company, but also I have had such a shitty time with their customer service that I'm like, oh well. So, yeah.
You know I love Be Perfect palettes.
Oh, I know, yeah.
But I can't.
This is just not interesting enough.
Yeah.
If this had been a year earlier, they would have done so well.
Yeah.
They would have, like,
I'm sure they're not bad if anyone gets them, but it's just, we have this 10 million times already.
Yeah.
How much are they?
They're like $17 each. So, like,
that's quite expensive.
So the huge eBay ones are not that much more.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying they must be so fucking angry.
I think these sizes of Beauty Base, the 16-pound ones, were like tenner.
Yeah, €11.
Yeah. So just go with this Beauty Bay.
And it looks nicer.
Yeah.
It does, like, even the green palette looks like that Morphe Make & Bank palette, you know?
Oh, yeah, that's what these remind me of, like Morphe with the 9-pound ones.
Yeah. Oh, Be Perfect.
Oh, well.
Yeah, not great. Anyways, when I put it to you guys, similar thoughts here. 25% of you love it. So, yeah, it was not well received. And this is just like a flashback episode. This is Patrick Ta and the Major Dimension 2 Rose Eyeshadow Palette. It's $68. That's right, $68. Now, there's 5 mattes, 5 shimmers, and there's 2 cream eyeshadow bases, and of course there's the plastic flippy thing to protect them. They also have some gel liners. They're $26 each. Yeah.
This is so 2016.
Isn't it? Like, when I saw this, I just thought it looked like a little bit like Clinique's packaging in a way of their eyeshadow palettes. And then Huda's ideas around, I want to do a neutral, but make it pink. Because in my mind, neutral is pink. You know?
I just think this is so boring. I'm like already over it.
It looks so much like the ABH Primrose palette that came out maybe a year ago, and that didn't do very well. So
I feel like I want to try something from Patrick Ta, but it's really expensive.
Yeah.
And then the eyeshadows that he has released aren't just that interesting. It's just very neutral.
I do find it funny though that like the release date of this is April 1st.
April Fools.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff is actually launching on April 1st. I feel like a lot of brands are launching now.
Do you know what I thought April 1st? I thought that's when the energy prices go up 54%. So who's spending that much money on that shit a palette?
Tell me you're an adult without telling me you're an adult. You start most conversations talking about fuel prices. Life is hard. The fuck has happened in the last month? No, I don't like it. Reverse. It's all about shit. Anyways, this is I mean, I get, maybe we want to have a little bit of nostalgia going back to a time where, there wasn't wars and pandemics and whatever. But maybe going back to like the eyeshadow palettes of 2016 isn't the way to do it. Yeah. If you're taking inspiration from Urban Decay's Naked line, maybe have a little think. Look, I'm feeling very fucking sassy. I was very sick. I was very
some shit.
COVID didn't kill me, but it has definitely changed me. Anyway, when I put it to you guys, in terms of the palette, 23% of you loved it. And then when it came to the liners, 14% of you loved it. Care Bears, that's right. Obviously, when you think of Care Bears, you think of makeup because that's the way that brains work these days. Anyways, Wet n Wild have kind of gone, fuck it, we need to like attach ourselves to something to sell shit. And they were like, right, Care Bears, we'll do a collection. And they came out with all of this. And I'm not even going to say everything that's there because there's too much to talk about. But the main thing is, I suppose that like palette, there's those glittery things. And I will say the bronzer, blushy, highlighty thing, I'm like, okay, is it just in one tone? Like, look, watch every other episode of this and insert all of my opinions on that in terms of a lack of inclusivity. I don't want to get into that again. The little spongy set thing is kind of cute, and then the rest of it is just a bit odd.
I think the highlighter shade looks nice, but it's only going to work for us that are very pale.
And isn't that all that really matters?
Glitter, are those like glitter gels for hair, or could you use those on your eyes too? Because if so, I would probably get one if I could, because I like a bit of chunky glitter.
I will say though, whenever I think of Wet n Wild and glitter, I think of Elena and her time with Pigment. Yeah, and she's like, it's family. So, yeah.
I know it's like hair pear, but it looks very childish. Like, this looks like children's that you would market it as for children to play with. And I guess it's just not for me,
No, same. I don't really have anything else to say about it other than, like, where are we going? More shit for a landfill. The planet is dying, and this is your solution. I feel like the Care Bears would not be okay with that.
Yeah.
Just putting. I'm very fucking sassy today. When I put it to you guys, 25% of you love it. So there you go. Anyways, we're on to the very last thing, and it is a sneak peek. And this is XX Revolution with the Powerpuff Girls. Now, I can't, there's so much to say, and yet I don't want to say anything about this nonsense. I mean, it was not that long ago that Powerpuff Girls collaborated with Colourpop, and that was shite. That made no sense. This is just, I feel like they've taken some of the 6-pan palettes that they came out with not that long ago and just went, fuck it, well, we just put Bubbles, Blossom and Buttercup on them to see will they sell a little bit better. And then that big palette with all the fucking weird pan sizes. shapes.
The pig palette looks like you've been stretching a picture to like size it like bigger. And
I get that it's like them flying, like, and that's kind of how things get distorted. But and I get like that each of the shapes like stands for like each of them, and that like it like logically it makes sense. Like I get where they're coming from in that sense, but that doesn't stop me from hating it. So
it gives me such bad anxiety even looking at it. Like it's just, why is like the different sizes of pans and then they're not even lined, and it just, no, it's a big fat no for me. No, just can't look at it. Let's scroll down. It's so bad. It's so bad.
It's like, you know, if you ever struggled to talk to a therapist to outline like how you feel, just show this picture of this palette and she'd be like, here is a physical manifestation of my anxiety. And the therapist would be like, oh God, oh no, this is very upsetting. Yeah, like I get it, but also no. Then there's like the little liner palette thing, and that's the least shit out of all of them, but I have heard that their liner palettes aren't great, so...
Yeah, me too.
I'll be nice. This is better than Colourpop, right? This is better than the Colourpop Power Girls or Powerpuff Girls nonsense, yeah? But to be fair, the bar was so fucking low on that it's not that difficult to have like unlocked that achievement. So
no comment.
Yeah, honestly. What are you at, Revolution? Anyways, when I put it to you guys, 22% of you love it. And I do think they are just hitting on the, you know, whole nostalgia field. But that does mean that's it. We're all done. But I do have my favourite comment. And this is from the lovely Cecily. And this is from a month ago, from our very last R&R, because obviously haven't uploaded since. And she said, ooh, Teresa, I'm excited you got the new JP, which is Julia's Bliss. I haven't made a purchase from them in ages, but I'm eyeing this stuff. You have to try the liquid shadows as graphic liner and let me know if they crack. Your wish is my command. That is a video coming very, very soon. So just FYI, no, they don't crack. This has been on the whole thing. They're grand. Anyways, lads, that's it. You know the general drill. Do please like, comment and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell because I am back. I know, it's terrifying. You can't kill a bad thing no matter how hard you try. The only surefire way is really like a stake through the heart, you know? But you gotta catch me first. Fast, like a whippet. Not really. I'm more like a sloth. But anyways, do please share because sharing is caring. Unless, of course, it's an STD, in which case, you know, wrap it up. Don't be gross. But that's it. That's the end of the episode. And we will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.